What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Mike Check Podcast. It's the People's Champ T Word. Thanks for tapping in. Today, we're going to be talking about Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford ahead of their mega fight coming up in just a couple of weeks. Before we get into the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We appreciate your feedback. Okay, so as you can see by the title, you clicked on the video, you know what time it is. We're going to talk a little bit about the All Access, a little bit of a late reaction, just get an opportunity to sit down and share my thoughts. I want to rewatch it again. Just to make sure there wasn't something that I particularly missed. And it looks like we pretty much saw all the content prior to. I think episode 2 is going to be a lot better. But episode 1 was basically them repackaging everything we've seen in promos. If you follow either or both fighters on Instagram, you've seen a lot of this footage outside of some of the stuff where Bud was in the gym and Bomac kind of let his personality show through. I mean, honestly, I do believe that there's limitations to his coaching ability, but I do think that Bomac is a very important piece of Terrence Crawford's stable. Specifically, he mentioned that Bomac was kind of like a father figure to him, and I didn't realize the age gap. Terrence is 35, 36 years old. Bomac is 53. So I could see where he sees a certain level of seniority in him, and he respects and values his opinion, and he keeps him very close to him because I believe he feels that Bomac has his best interest in mind, and based on what I saw, he actually does. But you got to see a little bit of their dynamic, and it works for him. I think you have to have people that you trust around you, and the fact that he has Bomac there, and even with Bernard, Bernie the boxer, there's a certain type of relationship there. I don't see the same closeness as with Bomac, but I still see that there's a mutual respect between them. So you have to give credit to that when he has a team around him that is going to have his best interest in mind. From the Errol Spence side, you saw less of the personal relationships within his gym, and you saw more the relationship that he has with his city, specifically the athletes of the Dallas Cowboys, went down to the stadium and all that good stuff. Things that we saw weeks prior to this episode coming out. And I was a little concerned that this episode might be really flat because of that. So cinematically, it was everything you expect. They shot it well. They put all the pieces in place. The sequences were good. It's just that it wasn't new content outside of a couple little small pockets. Errol talking with his chef and him, putting hot sauce on everything after this guy makes these gourmet meals. I thought that was pretty funny. They ended with Father's Day, or they kind of wrapped it up with Father's Day sequence where you can see both men having that family aspect. And I think that that's important if you want to sell this fight. You have people that are going to tune in because they, like me, we know it's going to be a good fight because these are two high-level operators. But there's people that they need the backstory. It's why when you watch the Super Bowl that day leading up to it, if you watch any of that content, you got the TV on while you getting your house together and getting your meals together. They're giving backstories to all these athletes. They're talking about this player overcame such and such. This player has always been the guy they knew would be the best ever. You see these different things, and that's kind of some of the elements that they packed into and kind of subconsciously slipped into the episode to let you know exactly who these guys are and what they're going to bring to the table and why you should root for them. That's the biggest thing. Why you should root for them and why you should open your wallet or your purse and spend that money and watch them fight. They were trying to endear us, and I thought that they did a good job of that to wrap it up. So I think episode 2 is going to get more to the nitty gritty, and we'll see more of that true cinematic and insightful perspective that All Access usually brings. I'm going to wrap with this. What I thought was cool was that they teased us with this little clip of Bud and Derrick James getting into it, and then in the episode we got to see the whole thing play out. So I even have a little bit of a different perspective because I still believe it might have been some form of misunderstanding, but you can't tell that somebody outside of wherever they were walking in at actually was the first to engage Derrick James. So I'm wondering, does that change you guys' opinion of what you thought of the situation? As you can see, somebody else was actually the instigator. Neither of the men that showed up in the original clip started that situation. They were just kind of ready to finish it. So this has been T for the Mike Check Podcast. Until the next time, I'm out. Peace, y'all.